So as anyone with eyes can see, today we're covering Magia Records, which markets itself as a side story or retelling or remake of the legendary Madoka Magica series, based on the mobile game of the same name, which in a shocking first for this review series is available in the States. Too bad it's no longer available to play. But fair enough, since it's no longer available, we need to have an alternate form to tell the story of the game. But for those wondering, hey, I never did watch Madoka Magica as I either got into anime late, or I just felt I already watched it through anime forum osmosis, and I didn't think I needed to watch it. Do I need to watch the original to get this side story? Yes, I highly recommend you do. So, with that being said, it only seems right that I should do a quick review of the original. So, for all of you out of the loop, or haven't paid your respects to the classics yet, the year is 2011, and boy do I feel old, but as many of you know, Madoka is considered one of the best magical series on the market. The reason is, of course, that this is one of the most well-known twists on the genre. Throughout its history, the genre mainly targets a younger audience, with your Tokyo Mew Mews, your Sailor Moons, and magical Do-Re-Mi. With the closest you get to pushing boundaries is having LGBT characters, so your Sailor Uranus and Neptune, and most of the cast of Cardcaptor Sakura. None of this is bad, but if these are the fairy tales you grew up with, Madoka is the grim version of these tales, as the deal these girls make with their familiars is much more Faustian in nature. Without spoiling the game too much, let's just say these girls are not exactly the best at taking the news. The series also does very well about not giving up this game until it's ready to drop the pretense with great effect. The other key element is the mystery that surrounds the titular Madoka, as the two sides in question try their darndest to recruit or stop the recruitment of her to the cause. While many series have tried to recreate this, and the twist has truly been well spoiled for many, I still think the original is the best. And even if you know the twist going in, I think the series is still great as you get uncomfortable as the series gets closer and closer to the sad parts. And you're just like, oh no, oh no, 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 knowing there's nothing you can do to stop the events that will transpire. But I'm nowhere near the first or last to sing this series' praise. And the well of things to say about the series is pretty dry. But the series is excellent and should be a must-watch, blending a strong visual and audio with an excellent narrative and proof that you can tell an amazing story with only 12 episodes. But now to the topic of the video, Magia Records. Magia Records focuses on Iroh Tamaki, who goes into Kamihama City in an attempt to find her missing sister, who may have followed the rumor about the city, as it says that if you go to the city, you can be saved from your fate of a magical girl. There she will meet the new group of magical girls that will make up the new team, but there seems to be a lot of underlying mysteries going on below the surface of this recruitment drive. These mysteries include a small baby version of Kyuubi, with no relation to the main one, the second group of magical girls who seem to be in control of the mini witches in the city, and what their relation is to some of the members of the cast, the fact that no one seems to know Iroh's sister, and there seems to be no proof that she ever existed, and lastly, there's a mystery of this new form that some of the members of the cast can take, that seems similar in power and design to a witch. But unlike the witches, these girls can return to their human form after they reach this state. Also, we see that this is an alternate world to the main series, as we see the return of several members of the cast out of the original, who seem to be loosely related to the plot. The series also seems to share the very good visual and audio of the main series. But here's the main issue when looking at this. This is very much a not completed story. The ball is dropped, and there's promise of reaching the same heights of the original, but until the second season comes out, I have no idea where the ball will land. It could either end up in the net and look very cool, but it could very much just end up bouncing itself right back into the face of the writers. The series has a lot to live up to, and it can very much live up to that, but I don't think it will ever reach the same heights as the original. Maybe it's a change of pace of the series, as it's going from a 12 episode to about 26 episodes, that's assuming the second season is the final season. And while a different pace is not by itself bad, as the series can use this time to add other parts of the story, or use the base series as a jumping board to help expand the mythos and create intrigue. But at this current juncture, it does rely a little bit too heavily on the original series. But that could all change in the second season. Until we do see that second season, I cannot recommend watching Magia Records, as you don't want to raise your expectations of the series too high. Again, there's promise that the series will be good, and there's plenty of evidence that this will happen. But, again, there are plenty of series that have been here, and ended up leaving the wrong kind of impact.